Chapter 56 to 61. 24 hours have passed since Tien and Piccolo have gone inside the HTC, and now they are currently standing right in front of us. Tien's disheveled appearance looks similar to everyone else who left the HTC, while Piccolo looks the same as before. Krillin dash, come on, show us how much you guys have improved. Tien dash, alright, you asked for it. After saying that, Tien starts powering up. His power reaches the same as Krillin's, but it shows no signs of stopping at all. It only stopped when it became equal to Vegeta's base power. Once done fully powering up, he hides his ki again while showing a smirk to Krillin and Yamcha. Krillin dash, wow. How did you get so much more powerful than before? Yamcha dash, yeah, you've completely surpassed us, and I thought me and Krillin trained our SS off. Smiling at them, Tien joins them and starts explaining a little. Tien dash, it's because of my eye. At first I thought it only allowed for me to see hidden ki, but it also significantly improved the flow and my ability to control ki. Without my third eye, I would probably be as strong as you guys. Yamcha dash, tisk, that's pretty much cheating. Krillin dash, stop being such a baby Yamcha. Tien dash, besides, while my improvements were great, they are nothing compared to Piccolo's. While you guys can't sense his ki, I can see it, and comparing Piccolo to everyone else, he is without a doubt the strongest, excluding Sage of course. Everyone who was listening to the conversation between the humans was shocked by his claims, especially Vegeta and Gohan. I wasn't surprised one bit, knowing what he went through. If he wasn't the strongest after training in the HTC, then that would be pathetic. Vegeta dash, TCH, I refuse to believe that the Namekian has surpassed me, a Super Saiyan. Gohan dash, that's awesome Piccolo, then we might be able to beat Cell. Trunks dash, how powerful are you now Piccolo, mind showing us? Hearing Trunks, everyone stopped talking among themselves and turned to Piccolo, who has been silently leaning against the wall minding his own business. Opening his eyes, Piccolo looks at everyone and then lets out a small smirk before releasing some of his ki. The moment he does though, intense wind pressure explodes from the release of his ki, pushing everyone away slightly, and because of his amazing ki control that he regained, his ki did nothing else other than causing intense wind. Unlike mine, which destroys the very surroundings and can shake an entire planet. After a little bit Piccolo stopped releasing his ki. Once everything has calmed down, everyone got excited about Piccolo's new power and beating Cell. Tien dash, told you guys, Piccolo's power should be equal to Cell, and with everyone's helps we should manage to beat Cell. Goku dash, you weren't joking, Piccolo is really strong now. Krillin dash, yeah, and I already thought you and Gohan were strong, but Piccolo's several times more powerful. Gohan dash, that's awesome Piccolo, what type of training did you do to get this strong? Vegeta dash, TCH, this bastard. Seeing everyone but Vegeta feeling happy, and their moods improving, thinking that with Piccolo's help they might be able to beat Cell, I decide now will be a good time to reveal the news that Bulma found out when I left the lookout to spend time with Nala at Capsule Corporation. Sage dash, happy to burst the festive mood, but apparently 21, the person I fought with, unsealed someone quite powerful and known throughout the universe. Hearing my words, everyone stops conversating and looks in my direction with a serious expression. Smirking at their reaction, I continue to inform them what I found when investigating what Bulma found. Sage dash, I'm sure you guys already know that the Supreme Kai is currently looking for someone, and that someone is the person 21 unsealed and probably turned into her servant. Majin Buu. Looking at everyone, I notice that their facial expression doesn't change much. Clicking my tongue because I forget they have almost no information about Majin Buu, so of course, they were not scared. After explaining to them the information that I got from the Supreme Kai about Majin Buu, their expressions finally started changing. Sage dash, and that's about it, Majin Buu in his prime was far stronger than Cell, and I'm sure after turning him into her servant he is several times stronger than before. Krillin dash, so you're saying that not only do we have to deal with Cell, but we have to deal with someone who killed almost all the Supreme Kais, and now that he has been unsealed he's even stronger than he was before. Sage dash, yep, it seems someone finally understands. Yamcha dash, but doesn't that mean you will deal with this Majin Buu? You said you wouldn't help us if the enemy wasn't too powerful, but this Majin Buu seems to be far out of our league. Nodding at his claim, I respond while looking toward Piccolo. Sage dash, that's true, I did say that, but that's where Piccolo comes in. Currently, Piccolo is by far the strongest one among you, and I'm sure you guys noticed it earlier, but what Piccolo showed you wasn't his full power. Actually it wasn't anywhere close to your full power, was it Piccolo? Piccolo doesn't respond to me, but that's enough for everyone to understand what I said was true. This time everyone is even more shocked than before, especially Tien, who asks Piccolo. TN-B but how Piccolo, my third eye can see everyone's ki, even when Sage wears his sealing bracers, how couldn't I see yours? Piccolo-magic. Hearing the term magic come from Piccolo, confused them slightly, but then Gohan explained a little. Gohan-, do you mean like when you created clothes for me out of nothing? Sage-, yes, magic is just another type of energy and Namekians are quite talented with it. Piccolo probably just hid most of his ki using magic. Besides, Nala can easily create something that can hide my ki from your third eye, so don't only rely on it. Sage-, anyways, back to the topic of Majin Buu, Piccolo should be strong enough to deal with him, so you guys will only have to focus on Cell, so not much has changed from before, you guys will only be losing one fighter. Sage-, with the way you guys are right now the Saiyans are the best chance you guys have at winning, specifically Gohan. You guys still aren't strong enough to beat Cell, but this is where the Saiyan heritage comes into play. You guys have cast aside the true strength of a Saiyan, and now you will regain it. Listening to me talk about the true strength of a Saiyan, they were confused until Vegeta finally decided to join the conversation and stop sulking. Vegeta-, TSK, we don't need our tails, we have outgrown them. Goku-, yeah, why do we need our tails? Transforming into an Ozaru will make us weaker instead, besides having a tail would make us have a vulnerable spot. Sage-, TCH, I'm not forcing you, but good luck trying to beat Cell without it. I'm just trying to help you protect everyone you care for, but I guess you guys want to die. Since they didn't want any help I was going to leave them alone, but Gohan asked me for more information. Gohan-, can you explain how growing our tail back and transforming into an Ozaru will help us defeat Cell? Turning around, I spot an apprehensive Gohan while everyone else was talking among themselves. Sage-, when did I ever say to transform into an Ozaru? That was you guys making your own conclusion. Gohan-, then how can growing our tail back help us? Smirking, I unwrap my tail from around my waist and activate my Ikari state, causing me to gain more muscle mass, increased height, and my hair spiking up. This time I made sure to completely keep my ki in check, otherwise, the entire lookout would be reduced to smithereens. Still, with suddenly powering up out of nowhere, everyone was currently looking at me and Gohan. Sage-, you see this right here is the true strength of a Saiyan. What I did was harness the power of our Ozaru without transforming, and you can use it simultaneously while transformed into a Super Saiyan. You would be 10x times stronger than before, that's not even all of the secrets of a Saiyan, but that's for later. Canceling Ikari, I returned to normal and wrapped my tail around my waist. Looking down at the Saiyans, I can tell they all seemed interested in Ikari. Sage-, you guys won't be able to use Ikari, you need to have gained full control over your Ozaru transformation first, and there are only 12 hours until you have to fight Cell. Trunks-, then why did you bring it up if we won't be able to learn it? Sage-, TCH, because regrowing your tail will boost your power, and that's what you currently need. Here, these are drugs that I asked Bulma to make, drinking them will regrow your tail. Saying that I reached into my pocket and grabbed 4 vials filled with blue liquid, handing one to Gohan, I throw the rest to the Trunks, Vegeta, and Kakarot. Sitting down and leaning against a tree, I watch as the Saiyans look and inspect the vial, but after a little bit of hesitation, Gohan takes the cork off and drinks the whole thing. Seeing Gohan drink it before him, makes Vegeta angry and then he drinks it as well, followed by Trunks and Kakarot. After a minute, you could see that every Saiyan on the lookout has a tail now. Trying to get used to the new body part, both Trunks and Gohan mess around with their tail, while Vegeta wraps it around his waist and Kakarot just leaves his alone. Vegeta-, TSK, my power has grown a lot. Goku-, yeah, my power has definitely grown. Trunks-, same here, but I don't know how I feel about my tail. Gohan-, my power has grown as well, and it's been a while since I've had my tail back. Sage-, now, you guys actually have a chance at beating Cell, so you better not waste my help. After saying that I left the lookout, and went back home to sleep, I was going to need the rest if I was going to face 21 again. Underscore 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 Nala - Sage, wake up. Waking up from Nala's shout, I open my eyes to find Nala's face right in front of me. Feeling her breath against my face slightly arouses me, but I stop myself knowing that I sadly don't have time to spend with Nala. Getting up from the bed that me and Nala share, I went to the closet and grabbed my usual clothes, and some baggy pants. Today, I didn't feel like wearing shoes, so I skipped them. I also didn't put on my ceiling bracers cause I wasn't fighting some weaklings. Hearing movement from behind me, I turn around and Nala is right in front of me. Nala dash, be careful okay, you got lucky that you didn't die last time, we can't have you relying upon luck again Sage. Sage dash, TSK, I have gotten far stronger from that battle, and I've finally managed to gain control over the sudden increase in power, I will be able to defeat 21 this time. Nala dash, ha, if you say so. But do promise me you'll return to me alive. Looking at how Nala is worried about me, even knowing what I'm capable of causes me to soften a little. Walking closer to her, I grab her by the waist and give her a deep kiss for a while, before letting go and leaving the room. Sage dash, I will definitely return to you after I defeat her. Flying out of our spaceship, I travel to the area where I sensed Cell's key. Arriving at the area, I notice that I'm the first one here. Landing on the ground, I look ahead of me and spot Majin Cell staring at me while standing in the middle of his stadium. Smirking at him, I flash right behind him and grab his shoulder, not too forcefully, can't injure him otherwise he'll get stronger. Sage dash, for being made up of the DNA of some of the greatest warriors to ever exist, you're honestly pathetically weak. All you had to do was train a little, and you would have surpassed every Z fighter. I guess having too much Frost Demon's DNA made you quite arrogant. Seeing him quickly flash out of my hold and look at me from a distance with fear in his eyes puts a smile on my face. But after a while, he calmed down and regained his arrogance again. Cell dash, Mistress warned me about you, she said that she didn't get to devour you in time and because of that you'll be much stronger than before. But it doesn't matter, Mistress is more powerful, she will devour you along with the rest of the Z fighters. Sage dash, good. Tell your foolish mistress to come and fight me already, I can't wait to beat her. Not bothering with that fool Cell anymore, I sit down and start meditating, waiting for everyone else to arrive. Half an hour later Piccolo arrives, another hour and Tien arrives, then Vegeta and Trunks arrive not too long after Tien. Vegeta and Trunks must have been training in the HTC because they're stronger than before. Another half an hour later Krillin and Yamcha arrive, and last but not least Kakarot and Gohan arrive. Getting up from my meditating position, I make my way over to the Z fighters and ask who's going to fight Cell first. Sage dash, TCH, took you guys long enough, so who's going to fight Cell first? Hearing my question, Kakarot steps forward. Goku dash, I'm going to fight him. Sage dash, why are telling me? Tell that Cell. Walking past Kakarot, I walk to the back, and I spot Vegeta and Piccolo being loners like usual. Standing in between them, I was about to start a conversation, but a hover plane came flying in our direction, causing everyone to look at it. A while later it finally landed and walking out came the one and only comedic relief Mr. Satan in all his glory. Trunks dash, who is that? Krillin dash, I don't know, but it looks like he's being recorded, maybe on live TV. While everyone was wondering who the new arrival was, Mr. Satan arrived just beside Cell's arena, allowing us to hear his conversation now. Mr. Satan dash, World Champion Mr. Satan decided that I will defeat the man who has claimed to destroy the planet and protect everyone's life even at the cost of my own. After he said all that while facing the cameraman, he turned around and did some stupid poses, causing everyone to get confused about who he is, but Yamcha told everyone else his identity. Yamcha dash, now I remember him, he won the 24th World Martial Arts Tournament, his name is Mr. Satan. Tien dash, it doesn't matter, if he tries to fight Cell, he'll die. Vegeta dash, TCH, let that fool die. Sage dash, hahaha, yeah why not let that fool die. Gohan dash, that's not nice guys. While we were talking among ourselves, Mr. Satan jumped up onto the arena and pointed at Cell while spouting some nonsense. Mr. Satan dash, I will defeat you and show the world that I'm the strongest. Now prepare to fight. After he said that, he yanked his cape off his back and got into a fighting position, while Cell was looking unamused. He slowly circled Cell trying to find an opening, and I guess not finding one after completely circling Cell, he ran forward and went with a punch straight to the face. Cell didn't even bother to dodge the punch, the moment his fist collided with Cell's face, nothing happened, but with my great hearing, I heard a crunching sound. Sage broke his hand, this fool. Backing away from Cell, he grabs his hand while trying his best to not scrunch his face into a painful expression, he also starts making excuses to the cameraman. Mr. Satan dash, don't fret everyone, I have figured him out. He has a metal plate in his jaw, now that I know his trump card, I'll defeat him easily. Running at Cell, Mr. Satan was about to attack him again, when Cell grabbed his fist and threw him into a hill close by. The cameraman seeing Mr. Satan getting thrown away was about to run after him, but Cell shot a key blast right beside him, scaring him. Cell dash, you will stay here and watch as I kill all of you warriors. Focusing his attention back on us, Cell asks who will he be fighting first, but not before taunting us. Cell dash, to think you guys are so scared that you would allow a human to fight me, pathetic. So now that the human is out of the way, who'll fight me first? Sadly I won't be your opponent Piccolo, Mistress has someone special in store for you. Goku dash, I will fight you first. Before Kakarot faces Cell in battle, he turns around and encourages Gohan. Goku dash, listen Gohan, I'm not strong enough to beat Cell, but I believe you are, just like what Sage said before, you are the strongest among us, and I believe that you'll manage to defeat Cell. Gohan dash, oh okay, but why not let me fight Cell then dad? Goku dash, so you can understand his abilities. Trunks and Vegeta said that Cell used some of our techniques when fighting, who knows what other techniques he has in store for us. That's why I need to fight first, so he will show his abilities. After saying all that, Kakarot went ahead to the arena, landing a few meters in front of Cell, he gets into his fighting stance. Cell seeing Kakarot ready to fight also gets into a fighting position while a light smirk accompanies his face. Then out of nowhere they started flashing around and fighting, they were moving fast and every punch or kick they unleashed had the power to destroy a planet with ease. They continued fighting for a while before landing back on the arena, with both of them not looking exhausted. Goku dash, now that I'm warmed up, I think it's about time to get serious. Cell dash, I couldn't agree more. Saying that, both of them started powering up. Once Kakarot powered up to full power, the aura around him while intense was calm. Cell's aura, on the other hand, was just as intense as Kakarot's, but it felt as if different people tried fusing their ki together, and barely succeed. Once they're both powered up they get into a fighting stance and stared at each other. Cell dash, do entertain me Goku. After he said that he charged at Kakarot with a speed far faster than before, and started attacking ferociously, making Kakarot go on the defensive. After a while, Kakarot managed to learn Cell's fighting moves and he started counter-attacking, managing to land some hits on Cell. After fighting for a long while, Cell suddenly got into a familiar stance and started gathering energy. Kakarot seeing Cell's stance got slightly surprised but still prepared his own attack. Once they finished gathering energy they unleashed their attack on each other. Goku dash, Kamehamihiya. Cell dash, Gaelilik Guuyuan. Their attacks collide against each other, causing sparks to fly everywhere. Kakarot, noticing that even after a few seconds neither side was capable of gaining an upper hand, used instant transmission and appeared behind Cell, but Cell used the same technique and appeared behind Kakarot and punched him to the ground. Kakarot stood up but he was panting and his ki was low. Cell seeing this was about to say something but Kakarot talked first. Goku dash, I forfeit. Saying that he powered down and left the stage, causing everyone to be surprised, and while I figured this might happen it still pissed me off a little. Sage TCH, a Saiyan doesn't admit defeat, they either emerge victorious or they die in battle, forfeiting isn't an option for us Saiyans. Vegeta dash, TCH, a Saiyan doesn't admit defeat. Although I don't agree with Vegeta on a lot of stuff, this is one thing we do agree on. Walking back over to us Kakarot eats a senzu bean and throws another to Cell, eliciting anger from everyone. Trunks dash, Goku what was that for? TN dash, what the hell is wrong with you Goku? Gohan dash, Dad why did you do that? Goku dash, it wouldn't be fair if you fought Cell after he just finished fighting me. Anyway, Cell, my son Gohan will fight you next and he will defeat you, so get ready. Cell, eating the senzu bean smirks at Kakarot before replying to him. Cell dash, then he better be more powerful than you or I'll be disappointed. Right, when Gohan was about to walk to the arena, suddenly out of nowhere we sensed an extremely evil but powerful ki, and it was heading in our direction quickly. Although, while no one knew who that ki belonged to, I had a pretty good guess and it was only confirmed when both Kaioshin and Kibito appeared right next to all of us. Kaioshin dash, he's finally appeared, Majin Buu, and he is far more powerful than before. Krillin dash, this ki is even more sinister than Frisia's, how many people has Majin Buu killed? Cell dash, it seems Majin Buu couldn't wait any longer and wanted to join the fun. Kaioshin dash, Sage, you have to kill Majin Buu, you're the only one powerful enough to. Sage dash, no can do, if I try to attack either Majin Buu or Cell then 21 will appear, and what's stopping her from doing the same and killing everyone else? 21 is powerful, so don't expect me to be able to protect everyone from her. Kaioshin dash, but what's stopping her from attacking everyone anyways? How do you know she won't attack us? Sage dash, instinct, and my instincts have never been wrong. Ignoring Kaioshin's ranting and complaining about me not killing Majin Buu, he finally arrived and he was in his true form. Landing next to Cell, he looks over all of us before resting his sadistic eyes on me, but before he can act, Cell stops him. Cell dash, that one is for Mistress to deal with, besides you're not strong enough to fight him and you know it. But that Greenon should be a strong opponent for you. Majin Buu listening to Cell gets angry before ignoring me and focusing on Piccolo. Looking over to Piccolo, his eyes are open and he's staring at Majin Buu seriously. After a while of staring he looks over to Gohan and calls him. Piccolo dash, let us go Gohan. After saying that, Piccolo flies over to the arena with Gohan following right behind him. Once they landed, they stood in front of their respective opponents, waiting. Cell, not even wanting to talk, immediately charge at Gohan, and those two start another battle more fierce than before, and not too long later Majin Buu seemed to get irritated and started fighting with Piccolo. While the battle between Gohan and Cell was powerful, it couldn't compare to Piccolo and Majin Buu, even if they were holding back. While watching the battles, Gohan was quite passive in the beginning of the fight, only blocking and dodging when needed, but as the fight went on he seemed to get comfortable and started fighting more aggressively. Piccolo on the other hand is fighting like he always does, tactfully and smart, learning his opponent's moves and striking his weak spots. It's been several minutes since those four have started fighting, while Piccolo's battle has slowly increased in power over time, with them reaching their full power just recently. Gohan's fight is looking quite bad, he's injured and slightly exhausted. Piccolo has tried to help, but whenever he does Majin Buu will take that chance and attack Gohan, so he stopped trying to help. Trunks dash, this isn't looking good, Gohan is in bad shape, if it continues like this Gohan will lose. Yamcha dash, yeah, I can barely see what's going on, but I'm pretty sure Cell has taken no damage. Vegeta dash, TSK, his body heals too quickly, for him to receive damage. Krillin dash, then how is he supposed to win? Tien dash, I don't know, ask Goku. Goku dash, don't worry, I trust Gohan will win. While they were talking, something crash landed onto the arena. After the smoke cleared, you could see an injured Gohan climbing out from the rubble of the arena. Landing right next to him is Cell. While looking completely fine, he looks down on Gohan and starts talking to him. Cell dash, that was an entertaining fight, but not what I had in mind. I know maybe you just need some motivation. How about this, I'll have some clones fight with your friends, and if you don't manage to live up to your dad's expectations then they will die. After saying that, Cell's tail moves and the tip opens up, he starts spitting out Cell JRS and he only stops when there are 5 of them. Once he finished his tail receded back to normal, looking at his children, Cell gives them orders. Cell dash, Cell JRS, you will fight those people on the sidelines, make sure not to kill them too quickly, let them suffer a little, now off you go. X5 Cell Jr. dash, hehehe. Immediately after giving his order the Cell JRS charged straight at us. Everyone seeing this got into fighting positions, ready to face the enemies. One of them went to Trunks, Kakarot, and Vegeta respectively, one went to face Kaioshin while another went to Kibito, Tien, Yamcha, and Krillin, and the last one charged straight at me. Sage, these Cell JRS don't have much intelligence, do they? When Cell Jr. punches my stomach and got no reaction from me, he looked up and the moment he did our eyes meet, immediately after that his cruel smiling face disappeared and was replaced by a terrified expression. Seeing horror on his face so apparent and him trying to flee, put a smile on my face, but before he could get away from me, I grabbed his head. Bringing him closer to my face, I started ripping his limbs off one by one, resulting in him letting out an inhumane scream, but the more he screamed the more joy I felt. Not too long after torturing Cell Jr. I got bored of him, so I threw him away and launched a ki blast at him, effectively destroying him. Sage ha, I've noticed lately that the more powerful I get the more sadistic I have gotten. Well, I guess it's not a bad thing, I just can't get careless in fights. Looking around, I spot that the humans and Kibito are in terrible shape, Trunks and Vegeta aren't in good shape either, but they'll manage. Kakarot is fine and the only reason the humans haven't died yet is that Kakarot is managing to help out them whenever he can, and surprisingly Kaioshin is doing fine too. He must be using some weird Kai techniques. Cell dash, this isn't working, you haven't improved at all Gohan. Maybe the stimulation isn't enough, how about this? The moment he said that, Cell pointed his finger at Kakarot and fired a death beam right at him. Kakarot, not even having enough time to turn around, is shot straight through the back of his heart, killing him. The moment that happens, everyone stops moving, and even Piccolo stops fighting. Tien-Jigoku. Krillin-Goku. Trunks- I don't sense any ki from him. Yamcha- damn it. Vegeta- TSK, Kakarot. Gohan- DD dad. After getting no response from Kakarot, it finally hit them that Kakarot died, and it caused anger to flow through all the Z fighters, but the person who felt the most anger was Gohan. Sage Cell has successfully achieved what he wanted, but I'm sure he won't like it. Cell- haha, hopeful that was enough stimulation, or I'll be disappointed. Right, when Cell finished talking, Gohan stood up again, and the moment he did, he let out a scream of pure rage, pain, and hatred, and his powers started rising. Gohan- WRJ. While Gohan was screaming, his body suddenly changed, his hair spiked up even more, his muscles got a little bigger, and his aura had lighting arching around his body. But the most impressive thing was the increase in power. His power more than tripled from before. Once he finally calmed down, everyone else managed to get a good look at him. Trunks- G Gohan. Tien- W. What happened to Gohan? His power suddenly grew so much. Vegeta- damn it. Piccolo- Gohan, you better win. Underscore. Gohan POV. The moment I saw Cell kill my father, I felt something inside me snap, and I felt so much rage and anger at Cell, but not only at Cell, but also at myself, all because I couldn't live up to my father's expectations. Now, father died because of me, but I'll make sure to kill Cell and avenge my father with this new power I managed to awaken. When I managed to calm down, I turned to look at everyone else and noticed they were either staring at me or calling out to me, but I ignored them. Flashing behind one of the Cell Jr., I kicked him only using half my power, and the result was devastating. His entire body exploded into pieces. Turning around, I went and defeated all the other Cell Jr., helping my friends in the process, but when killed the last Cell Jr., I realized I only killed 4 of them and Cell created 5 of them. But before I can even search for the last Cell Jr., Sage flashes right next to me. Gohan, even with an increase in power, I still can't see Sage's movement at all. Sage- I took care of the last one. That weakling thought he could actually fight me. Nodding my head, I look up into the sky to see Piccolo and Majin Buu have already resumed their battle, and they both seem equal in power. Looking down back at Cell, I notice his stupid smile has vanished and was replaced by a serious expression. Looking at Cell made the rage I felt earlier resurface, and it made me want to inflict the same amount of pain he gave me. Right when I was about to go and face Cell again, Sage grabbed my shoulder, stopping me from moving even if I wanted to. Sage- hey, just a heads up, but the longer you fight Cell, the more powerful he will get until he eventually overwhelms you. So end the fight while you're still stronger than him. Also make sure to completely destroy him. He can't even have a single cell remaining. Gohan- okay. Once I gave my response, Sage removed his hand from my shoulder, and the moment he did, I shot off at full force, charging straight at Cell. He didn't even have enough time to dodge or block before I punched his face, and with one punch alone I broke his jaw. The force of the impact also caused him to crash into the mountain in the distance. Levitating above the cracked arena, I was waiting for Cell to return when I sense him appear behind me trying to attack me. Dodging the kick, I turn around and face him. Staring at him, I notice Cell has stopped hiding his power, allowing me to sense his true power, which is a little lower than my current power. Smirking at him, I charge straight at him, ready to finally defeat Cell. Watching the battle commence between an SSJ2 Gohan and a perfect Cell, while not that impressive for me, it made me remember the original fight between those and how nostalgic it was. Trunks- to think Cell was hiding that much power. Krillin- yeah, it's insane, but what's even crazier is the change in Gohan. Yamcha- anyone got any idea what happened to him? Goku, he managed to surpass a Super Saiyan. Trunks, Tien, Yamcha, Krillin- Goku. Goku, yep, how's it going? Krillin- G Goku, you're still alive. King Kaino, he's dead, I'm just helping him communicate. Tien- oh, you're on King Kai's planet, that makes sense considering how you're speaking directly to our minds. Goku, anyways, what Gohan has achieved is something I thought possible. He's managed to increase his power without losing any speed. I'll call this an ascended Super Saiyan. Trunks dash, so he managed to increase his power like an SSJ grade 3, but he doesn't gain a huge increase in muscle mass which lowers his agility. Kaioshin dash, you Saiyans are quite unique, not many species have an ability to transform and increase their power, let alone 2 transformations. Watching the battle between Gohan and Cell, while it was very slight I sensed Cell's power rise a little, which isn't good. Sage dash, welp, I suggest you don't get your hopes up yet, even if Gohan is currently stronger than him Cell will continue to grow stronger the longer the fight drags on, and Cell has gotten stronger. When I finished talking, everyone stopped talking as well and watched the battle. While watching the battle everyone else finally noticed the rise in power that Cell got, and I'm sure Gohan noticed as well because he is fighting even more aggressively than before. It's been a few minutes since the start of the battle again, and Cell has continued to get stronger as the fight progresses, and it seems Gohan has finally decided to end the fight. With them both landing on the ground, they both get into the same stance and start charging up their attack. Gohan dash, KME. Cell dash, KME. When they both finished charging their attack, they unleashed it on each other and their attacks collided, but neither side managed to get the upper hand for a while. But all of a sudden Gohan's ki spiked and he let out a scream, he unleashed all of his energy into his attack and overpowered Cell's attack, and completely engulfed him. Killing him once and for all, or is it? When Cell's ki was completely gone, Gohan finally stopped his attack and then he collapsed on the ground unconscious. Everyone seeing Gohan's state quickly flew over to him, to check if he is alright. TN dash, Krillin you still got the senzu beans? Krillin dash, damn it, no, the Cell JR we fought earlier destroyed them. Kaioshin dash, watch out, I know some healing spells so let me help him. Hearing Kaioshin, they moved out of the way and gave space for him to start healing Gohan. After a while, he stood back up slightly exhausted. Kaioshin dash, good news, he is fine and will live, bad news is he's severely injured and won't be able to fight in any more battles today. Hearing Kaioshin's analysis of Gohan's condition caused everyone to release a sigh of relief, and then they got excited at finally defeating Cell. Now there are only 2 more enemies to deal with. Piccolo POV. Currently, I'm fighting Buu, and the moment I sensed Cell's ki vanish, a smile surfaced on my face, while Buu's face was engulfed in anger as steam erupts from the holes on his body. Buu dash, no more playing, Buu kill you and everyone else and make Mistress happy. Piccolo dash, then let's get serious. Seeing how we are no longer going to hold back our power, I take off my cape and turban and unleash my full power, while Buu powers up as well. Getting in my fighting stance, I watch as Buu charges at me, dodging a kick. I attack with a few punches but he moves his body in an unnatural way, making me miss. Backing away, I launch several ki blasts at him, but he dodges them all. Buu then mocks me for missing, but I just smirk and then close my arms, causing all the ki blasts that I missed before to turn around and attack him in all directions. Not having any room to dodge, Buu gets hit. Piccolo Majin Buu is definitely a troublesome opponent, but because of his childlike demeanor, outsmarting him is easy. Now I just need to defeat him. Sage said I would need to destroy him down to the very atom if I want to kill him. Watching the smoke get blown away, I see several big and small pink pieces start combining to form Buu again. Once he is completely formed, he starts attacking me with several ki blasts, but I managed to dodge them all. I was about to charge at Buu, but I saw him raise his hands in the air and then close his arms. Seeing him do that shocked me, but I immediately flashed away from where I was floating. Appearing somewhere else, I see a huge explosion happen right where I was just floating at. Piccolo he can also copy techniques from watching, this just made the battle a little harder than before. Blocking a punch to my chest, I counterattack with a kick to his left, but he splits his body in 2, making my leg pass right through him. Continuing with my momentum, I spin around and kick him with my other leg, catching him off guard my kick launches him away. But before he gets too far away, I extend my arm and wrap it around his body, in a similar fashion to a snake constricting its prey. But before I can do anything, Buu explodes himself, destroying most of my arm in the process, cutting the rest of my arm off at the shoulder. I wait a little bit for it to regrow. Piccolo I must say while cutting my arm off hurt, it couldn't even compare to a 1/10 of what that experiment felt like. But on the bright side at least I'll get stronger the more damage I take. I can finally understand why those Saiyans love fighting so much. Once my arm regrew, I looked up and found that Buu has been fully healed again. Sighing I get back into stance, ready for a long battle ahead. It's been several minutes since then, and currently while my stamina is still in abundance, my ki won't last much longer at this rate. I can't even tell Buu's situation. To me it seems as if he has infinite energy and stamina, and while I believe every being has a limit, I won't be able to see Buu's limit before the end of the fight at this rate. I have already prepared my trap to make sure none of Bu manages to survive, but it's taking a toll on my mind, so I'm going to have to end this soon. Piccolo dash, I think we should end this repetitive battle once and for all. Bu dash, Bu having fun, but Bu needs to finish Mistress Order, so time to die. After saying that, Bu puts both hands above his head and starts gathering energy into a massive pink ball of energy, while I put my hands in front of my torso and started gathering energy between my hands. But while that was going on, in the distance surrounding Bu was thousands of key spheres that I placed around when I was fighting Bu. Currently they are too weak for Bu to bother with, but while the spheres keep inching closer to him, they will sometimes combine with another key sphere close by, increasing their power and lethality. After a while, Bu and I finished charging our attacks, so we released them at each other. Piccolo dash, light grenade. Bu dash, planet burst. We launched our attacks at each other. Bu's energy attack was far bigger than mine, but ours both had the same amount of energy into it. The moment our attacks collide, they keep getting pushed back and forth, but neither of them can overpower the other. Seeing how our attacks are equal in power, I let up a little, and slowly my attack keeps getting pushed back. Bu, seeing me constantly lose ground, started laughing with a crazy-looking smile on his face, but I didn't bother with him and started focusing. When Bu's attack was only a few meters away from me, I suddenly smiled because I sensed that my trap was complete, and luckily for me, Bu was too absorbed in our struggle for him to notice his surroundings. Smiling at Bu, I say my farewells, before killing him. Piccolo dash, it was a good battle, but it's time for you to die. With that sentence I mentally commanded all the remaining key spheres to fly right to him. Bu, finally realizing something is wrong, senses the key spheres, but he's too late as they have already bombarded him. With him suddenly getting attacked, he can no longer focus on our struggle, so I can easily push his attack back. Not wanting to miss my chance, I channeled all of my energy into my attack, easily overpowering his attack. Once both of our attacks are right in front of him, I use everything I have left in the tank and manage to engulf him with both of our attacks before a massive explosion happens, throwing me a distance away. Looking at where the explosions happened, I waited for a while, and when I didn't sense Bu anymore, I smiled. Winning the fight, I fly back down to the ground to meet up with everyone, and get ready for the fight that truly matters, because if Sage loses then there is nothing we can do.
If you want to support me, check out my Patreon at https://www.patreon.com/Kayashin. I tend to polls that decide important plot stuff in my P at Trian. Many thanks to my awesome patrons: Ben Phillips, Yami Tancho, Kenny Nielsen, Harold Martinsons. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. I'll be here until next time.